Welcome to Rady Field at SDSU. This is the 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship presented by Rady's Children's Hospital. Tonight, it's Germany and Jamaica. Jamaica blew up on the world scene in 2018, finishing 13th overall in their first ever World Championships. For the Germans, they've been a top 10 team since they came on the international scene. Debuting in 1998, they finished as high as 6th and can gain some ground in the international standings in this tournament. These two teams projected to be at the top of D pool and waiting to jump into D pool. It's been a long wait. Here we are, the nightcap from San Diego at 7 o'clock. These teams have had to watch a handful of games go on today, chomping at the bit to have their turn. Latvia beat Peru, Israel over Sweden, Japan over France, Wales over Denmark in OT, Puerto Rico over the Czech Republic, Ireland over the Netherlands, Italy over Hong Kong, and Scotland just moments ago against Mexico in dramatic fashion. Who will be the hero of these two teams tonight? We'll find out as the sun sets on sunny San Diego. A beautiful day. We're going to get some shade probably on the field, fire up these lights soon, and let's have ourselves an evening, shall we? My name is Brad Challoner. Thank you for joining me. You can find me on Twitter at BradChall, CHALL. Let me know where you're watching from. Shoutouts welcome. This is an interactive broadcast, but thanks for hanging out as the Germans and the Jamaicans, two very colorful teams, very boisterous teams with a lot of personality, flair, and flash on display here tonight. And where Jamaica goes, the fans go. Always a hot contingent of lacrosse fans following this exciting, fast-paced Jamaican team whenever they're on the international scene. Starting goaltender for the Germans, he started their sixes tournament. It's Misha Zinoviev. And for Team Jamaica, it's going to be number 52, Nate McPeak, who was a hero back in 2018. He's from Chula Vista, California, which is just minutes south of where I'm standing right now. So hometown game for Nate McPeak. As the crowd quiets to a whisper here, and now the Germans erupt as this first ground ball is up for grabs to open this lacrosse game. And the Jamaican long pole, Matthias Lena, will get onto it, but he's disrupted at midfield. Still up for grabs. Who wants the first possession of this game? Germany picks it up again. This time it's Adam Eakins. Sorry, make that Beckman. Will run it to safety. As Zinoviev will get it to midfield. Peter Wittmann with the one-handed cradle across midfield will bring it down, and it will be the Germans with the first offensive set. They're wearing black and gray kind of chain link style jerseys with the classic gold and red striped trim. And the Jamaicans ever colorful in their all yellow with the green. So Germany will go to work on offense for the very first time tonight. Per Olters. To Winton Bastian. He'll run it in. Run it deep. Kick it behind the net. Skips it across the field. And Olters will go to work. Winton Bastian tries to get a step on his defender. Switches hands. Kicks it back behind the net. Looking for help at the top is Jakob Bokerman. He'll go across the field. Nice body defense there by Matt Merritt. Punishes his offensive matchup and will get the ball into the hands of Team Jamaica. McPeak to the long pole. Goran Murray spent some time in the old Major League Lacrosse, which is now PLL, with Chesapeake and Charlotte. He'll anchor this defense. Channing Thomas back to the goaltender McPeak, and Jamaica will take their time. We've seen all different styles of lacrosse today. A fast-paced Mexico versus Scotland on this turf. We've seen teams slow it down. And now Germany will get the ball back. Winton Bastion off the feed from Ben Isa. Bastion across field to Lars Nietz. Simon Wimmer in control now. As we say good morning to our friends back in Germany, 4 a.m. start time of this lacrosse game. Thanks for getting up early or staying up late. Doesn't matter, we appreciate you turning in, as mentioned, to this German roster that is highly patriotic. We've seen a lot of teams in this tournament that have players with the country of descent but are born and raised in North America. This German roster is as homegrown as you can get in this tournament. Hamburg, Frankfurt, Berlin, Kiel, Marburg, Munich, all over the great nation of Germany represented here tonight. Lars Nietz will go behind the net. Volkortsen. And a moving pick called on the Germans, so Jamaica will try to get their first real offensive set of the day. Mark Darden with speed across midfield, and now the Jamaicans fan out. Look for Stone Evans, who's still in high school. He wears number 12 to be one of the stars for Germany, as well as their homegrown fan favorite, number 10, Sammy Henry. Born and raised in Kingston, and he'll get his touches. Tanner Sims to Marcus Minicello of the National Lacrosse League. Isaac Newlands back up top to Minicello. He can play both ends of the field, and he'll wear 49 in yellow. Sidesteps into the offensive zone. Pick set by Joel Brown. Minicello will take a shot in the first stop of the game on the first shot of the game is by Zinoviev. Jamaicans will keep the ball as we get another look at this first shot. Minicello gets around his man, throws a bit of a twister. And that wide open rebound was there for Kari Sears, but it's knocked away. Jamaica will work the ball around on O. Joel Brown behind the net, pass high but retained by Isaac Newland. To Stone Evans, being watched closely by the German long pole Marius Boots. Back to Minicello. Joel Brown with the flashy green cleats. Can't miss him as he sidesteps his way off a pick from Minicello, but they're going to say it was moving and give the ball back to the Germans. Referee Nico Bowden from British Columbia, my home province up in Canada. 2 BC refs, actually, with Lee Bryan on the field as well tonight. Lots of experience with these 2 referees as the German offense goes to work again. Winton Bastion, pass high for Volkortsen. Goes to Olters. Jakob Bokerman, but the pass is knocked down and Jamaica's on the run. Goran Murray, he's disrupted at midfield, but the ball's played in deep to Kari Sears. Clifford Kirker and Joel Brown. Kirker looking towards the bench for some direction. Do I stay or do I go? As Isaac Newland will carry in. Pressured hard there by Marius Boots again. Boots is barking out assignments as he wants to match up against Stone Evans. Committed to go to Air Force when he becomes of age, but the kid is still in high school, and here he is playing at the World Lacrosse Men's Championship and will be a big part of this Jamaican offense. Michael Lawrence now to A.J. Knox. Back to Evans. That imposing force of Marius Boots looks on. Through the middle, Evans winds up, fakes a shot. Back to top center to AJ Knox. The shot wasn't there. Marius Boots doing a good job closing the gap. Boots up from the U21 team last year for Germany. They've got a splash of youth here and 7 returning players from 2018. Around the cage was Josh McLaughlin, also up from the U21s. Jamaica's filled with some youth as well. Joel Brown being pressured by Matthias Lena. 3rd world championship for Lena. And Sears says, come help me. And to set the pick is AJ Knox. Sears will come around to the other side of the net. Looking, still nothing there as the German defense over to protect. Kari Sears in really tight with the defense, pressuring on the Jamaican hands right now. That's Schilling and Lena doing a good job there for Team Germany. And a timeout on the field. Believe it's a Jamaica timeout. We will take a break. 6:12 to go in the first quarter. No score, 1 shot, 1 save for Team Germany. You're watching the World Lacrosse Men's Championship from San Diego. Rady Children's Hospital is the presenting sponsor of these 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship games. The largest children's hospital on the West Coast and ranked among the top 10 best children's hospitals in the nation. I saw lacrosse players from many nations visiting Rady's Children's Hospital over the last couple weeks leading up to this tournament, teaching kids the game of lacrosse and spreading the medicine that is this creator's game. We're on Rady Field at SDSU, one of 4 fields on this campus. And Team Jamaica out of the timeout will try to draw something up. They've got Isaac Newland running back from behind the net, pressured hard by Fritz Kleinhempel. Jamaican defense has looked steady and punishing so far. Shimmy and a shake. There's Michael Lawrence got away from his man, but the pass sailed out of bounds. German ball. No score in this game. 5:37 to go, quarter number 1. Opening game of pool play for this D pool. At the same time right now, New Zealand taking on the Swiss on an adjacent field as they get underway. Bastian back into the offensive zone for Germany. Possession, I'd say, been about equal so far. No shots on goal yet for the Germans, as McPeak is yet to be tested. Volkordsen will go to Jakob Bokerman of Hamburg. Being watched by Jaheim Hawkins of Westminster College. To Lucas Kins. Kins will pass it nearly out of reach of Volkordsen as he's pushed by Tony Diallo. Diallo all over his man. Nice chop to the ground, and Diallo digging for the ground ball. Dangerously out of play. They're going to say it's off of Jamaica, so Germany will keep it. Trying to catch the Jamaican defense looking upfield. Well, controlling again. Good footwork there by 26 Winton Bastian. Pass is knocked down, and now the Jamaicans will look up the field if they can get it out, but the pressure applied on the ride. But Diallo will float it across the field, and Channing Thomas will run it out. There's that Jamaican speed on the clear. Isaac Newland. Big body Newland out of High Point will go for a run again. This time he gets it to Kari Sears, who floats it high. Evan Redwood will slow it down. Redwood being stalked there by Peter Wittman. And Daniello Parkinson will take his First offensive touch of this game. Parkinson in deep for number 0. That's Cliff Kirker. Stone Evans trying to come around top side. Good defense again by Marius Boots. He's been doing a good job locking off young Stone Evans. Running through a pick, shoots and scores. And there's the celebration from Isaac Newland. Stone Evans sets a nice pick behind the net. Newland able to come around and shoot and score the first goal of the game with under 3 minutes to go in quarter number 1. There's Stone Evans. He gets blown up, takes the punishment. But you got to do what you got to do in a world championship. Put the body on the line. And Stone Evans, who's more known for scoring goals, sets up Isaac Newland. And the attackman from High Point, second world championship, bringing that experience, that pedigree, has his team on the board for the first time. Battle at the face-off X. No one wins it cleanly. That is a 50-50 ball up for grabs that Owen Stevenson has to be careful with. And I think he's going to draw a flag for it. Iser Ben-Isa will sit down, and Jamaica, after just scoring a goal, will go to the man up with 1:37 to go in a fast-moving first quarter. Running time here till we get to under 30 seconds. We'll do that in the first, second, and third quarters. Fourth quarter is stop time under 4 minutes, and OT, if necessary, is stop time the whole way. Jamaica man up for the first time in a pretty clean start to this lacrosse game. Stone Evans to Kahari Sears. No look pass inside. Minicello spinning. Good collapse by the German defense, who will run it to safety. Wide open inside was Minicello, who was sandwiched by 3 German defenders. Now running in to a ride here. Jamaica going to force Germany to cough it up. Winding up from the outside. Firing high and wide was Mark Darden. But a nice job forcing the turnover. They're actually going to say Germany was there. So Germany will bring it upfield with 40 seconds left in the first quarter. In no rush, they've successfully killed the penalties. They narrowly get one away. Schilling, with 20 seconds, will bring it across midfield. Schilling's greeted by a Jamaican defender. Now Germany will call a timeout once they get the ball into the offensive attack. 15.9 on the clock, and a chance to draw up the equalizer as we wrap up quarter number 1 here. Just a sliver of sunshine left in the right backside of this field. We'll be in stadium lighting soon as night falls on day 2 here of the World Lacrosse Men's Championship. Canada and U.S. kicked things off last night. U.S. getting the win in that game. Don't think we saw nearly enough or the best from either one of those two teams. More to come as pool play rolls along. Germany will gather around head coach Adam Marshall to try to draw up their first goal of the game. German lacrosse has seen tremendous growth over the years. They push teams with their skill and their fitness, and from what I've seen so far tonight, their defense, which looks like they're communicating well, sliding well. They're physical, aggressive, and big. It's an imposing D-core led by Matthias Lehner, Marius Boots, and Fritz Kleinhempel. So 17.2 on the clock for Germany to try to tie it in this first quarter. Running around to find space. is Winton Bastion. Keeping stride is Daniela Parkinson. Ball's kicked behind the net. Trying to run around. Good D here by Diallo, and the Germans will get a moving pick called, and they'll run out of time. They tried to get the play set up, but Tony Diallo able to smother his man and keep it a 1-0 game through 15 minutes. Isaac Newland, the lone goal scorer. Jamaica's up 1-0 through the first quarter. You're watching the World Lacrosse Men's Championships from San Diego right here on ESPN+.
Purchase their gear from Epic Lacrosse and take home a piece of history.
Well, Jamaica burst onto the international scene in 2018 with wins over Switzerland, Finland, and Wales. And they're trying to get their first win of this championship against Germany. They're up 1-0 through 15 minutes. Isaac Newland with the lone tally. Gonna say hello to Grand Junction, Colorado. Hello to the Boston and the East Coast. Thanks for tuning in wherever you are. My name is Brad Challoner. You can find me on Twitter at Brad Chal. And good morning if you're in the great nation of Germany. You're in the 4 a.m. hour. Thanks for getting up early to watch your friends and family here from Rady Field in San Diego, California. A world away, but the game of lacrosse unites us. Face-off pushed forward by Lucas Kins, up from the U19 squad out of Kiel, Germany. Again, not a clean face-off win, a procedure called on Germany, so Jamaica will get the first possession of the second quarter. Joel Brown to Marcus Minicello. 7 games played in the National Lacrosse League with the Buffalo Bandits, currently property of the Philadelphia Wings. Head coach Paul Day. As Jamaica works the perimeter, Mark Darden goes behind the net to Isaac Newland. They look like he is the facilitator of this offense early. Stone Evans is a finisher. But the ball's been going through 82 on much of these possessions to start this lacrosse game. Joel Brown will slow up. Lures his defender, Lucas Kins, down deep. Now gets a lane on him, takes a shot. And Zinoviev makes a big save. Lobs the ball to midfield there, no one there. Ground ball up for grabs. Germans will pick up on it with numbers if they hurry. And a nice stick by Goran Murray to take the transition opportunity away. Channing Thomas will run it to safety, go back to McPeak. And Germany had a glorious chance up the field, but Jamaica, with enough disruption, take the transition opportunity away. Now McPeak will eye his options. Players barking out orders across the field. And Mark Darden will take a look. Being watched by the midfielder, Peter Wittman. Tanner Sims, one of his first touches as he passes behind the net to you-know-who, Isaac Newland. Spins away from a defender. Pass up high to Sears. I don't know if Minicello is wanting to change or just luring his defender out deep. This seems to be wanting to beat the Germans with speed. Minicello tries to get a lane now. Cuts back, trying to get underneath of Patrick Schilling. Goes behind the net to Newland. And Mark Darden will point out orders. He'll set a pick. Evans tries to run away from it. And he's lured behind the net right where the Germans want them. Now Newland will come around topside. Jump shot, scores! That is what Newland brings. Second of the night. 1-on-1 from X. And Jamaica's up 2-0. Get another look at this athleticism. Bodies his man towards the cage. Perfect. Question mark dodge. And then goes airborne to get some whip on that sting. Even the Jamaican long poles on the field were erupting for that goal. Back to face-off X we go. Lucas Kinn's been taking the bulk of them so far for Germany, with Owen Stevenson taking the bulk of them for Jamaica. He won 68 face-offs at the U21s, went 54% in the tournament. And Germany will try to get something done on offense. Almost 4 minutes gone, second quarter. Nate McPeak really has not been tested yet. Not a lot of good scoring opportunities from Germany. And with the way Newland's playing, they're going to have to figure that equation out if they want to be successful here tonight. Lob pass down low, coming around top side, wide open shot goes wide from Wittmann. Eakins from X draws a flag. And number 4 for the Jamaicans, Channing Thomas, will sprint to the penalty box. First man up for Germany. And their unit is Volkordsen, Bastian, Sentowski, behind the net for Werner. Back to Volkordsen. Motion coming now from the left-handers. Shot from the outside, and McPeak got a piece. It goes out of play. Germany's there. Eakins and Sentowski connect on that one. Now Kins tries to pop out. Penalty expires on the Jamaicans. Nice head fake, nice shot, goal. Sub shot off the head fake, the individual effort from Per Olters. And the Germans cut the lead in half, it's 2-1. Just as the penalty expires and Jamaica sprints back onto the field. Big head fake by Per Olters to go sub shot. Skips across the turf and it's 2-1. 8:46 to go. Quarter number 2 here from Rady Field at SDSU. Back to the face-off circle we go. The wings are there for Germany as Adam Eakins wins the ground ball, gets it ahead. Anton Nutzmann will bring it across midfield, and the Germans will set up on offense. Pass behind the net for Per Olters, the goal scorer. Trying to run away right now from Gordon Murray. All the pressure on, ball's back up to midfield. Germany will have to regroup and start again. Simon Wimmer. Lars Nietz. He'll gallop into the offensive zone. Antoine Campbell there to greet him. And Simon Wimmer. It's a Florian Werner. He'll run behind the net, almost pushed out of bounds. And they're going to say it's on the back. And Jakob Bokerman will take a seat for Jamaica. Germany will head back to the man up. So they scored with the man up just ending moments ago. And they'll get an opportunity here to try to tie it with 7:08 to go in the second quarter. Kai Santowski to the goal scorer, Per Olters. Volkordsen fakes the shot, lets it go. McPeak got a piece, and it sails onto the football practice field behind this one. What a compound here at SDSU. The Aztec Aquaplex, Tony Gwynn Stadium. Every sport represented here. From X, Adam Eakins. Jamaica successfully kills that penalty. Back to 6-on-6. Spinning away, no looker, grabbed by Kins. Lucky to grab that one as he flips it back to Bastian. Winton Bastian. Pass inside, fans on the shot. A big bit of a trail check there by Daniello Parkinson to stay with his man. Back to the goaltender, McPeak. 5:46 to go in the half, 2-1. 2 Jamaican goals by Isaac Newland, made it 2-0. And then Per Olters made it 2-1. Tony Diallo. From the University of Maryland, Baltimore County. And timeout Jamaica. They haven't had an offensive possession in a while, so they're going to draw something up and try to increase their lead. It's 2-1 Jamaica with 5:27 to go in quarter number 2 here from Rady Field at SDSU. You're watching the World Lacrosse Men's Championships on ESPN+. Welcome back to the World Lacrosse Men's Championship from San Diego, California. My name is Brad Challoner. Appreciate you joining us here for one of the nightcap games on ESPN+. The other Pool D game, New Zealand and Switzerland, going on right now. As we get a look at Misha Zinoviev. He was not here in 2018. That was Florian Fallenbacher, who's still on this squad, had a 50% save percentage in that 2018 tournament, but they're going to give it to Misha Zinoviev to start tonight for Team Germany. He's let 2 past him. He was on the U19 squad in 2016 and was the goaltender at the Sixes tournament in 2022. Michael Lawrence out of Hampton U, getting his master's degree at Carnegie Mellon. With 1 green shoe, 1 yellow shoe. That's a look. Very Dane Smith-esque. As the ball goes up top, shot goes wide, picked up by Jamaica. Pass inside is picked off by the Germans, sticks in lanes. As Peter Wittman is knocked down to the ground, they're going to say it's a violation on Jamaica, so Germany will bring it to midfield. Florian Werner. But first, a whistle. Penalty for Jamaica, rather. German man up. We'll set it up. Per Olters with the lone German goal.
Jamaica, number 21, coach with possession, technical, 30 seconds. Jamaica, number 3, unnecessary roughness, 1 minute.
Now she had 2-man advantage here. Glorious opportunity for the Germans to tie it. As Kins, shot from the outside, goes wide, and McPeak does a good job of almost getting there. Germans playing up high. With the 2-man advantage, need to have that man behind the net. And there's a shot, goal. Shoots and scores. Winton Bastian, second of the game, ties it for Germany. The 2-man advantage. Lots of room to work with. I believe it's Jamaica just called a timeout. try to slow momentum down as Germany has the last 2 goals. We get the second look on the second goal by Per Olters. Outside rip on the power play, 6-on-4, a lot of room to spread out. Thanks for joining us inside Rady Field, and of course the 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship presented by Rady Children's Hospital. And we thank them for their support of this event that's been off to a fantastic start the last 24 hours as things kicked off just last night with Canada and the U.S. Boatload of games today across 4 fields. Australia and England battling right now, as are New Zealand and Switzerland. Still a one-man advantage for Germany. And a big face-off opportunity. To get the ball back and try to get some offense, but there's a nice win from Owen Stevenson, who spins out of trouble. Chase from behind and a huge trail check by Ben Isa. Germany manages to retain possession, though. And Isaac Newland will kill the rest of this penalty off. Back to even strength lacrosse, 6-on-6. Marcus Minicello to Mark Darden. Back to Minicello. Tanner Sims with the midi Patrick Schilling looking on. Sims over to Stone Evans, spins away. Correction on that last Germany goal. Thank you, Josh in the truck. It's actually Bastian who picked up that second goal, not Olters. So Olters got the first goal. Bastian got the second. And Newland with both goals for Germany, who are looking for a third right now. Again, it starts with Isaac Newland. He is the quarterback. He is the facilitator of this offense. He's also the benefactor of his own facilitating with the 2 goals. But one was a beautiful individual effort. Coming around with the question mark. Turning, jumping, shooting. Now Minicello matched up with the short stick, Anton Nutzman. Minicello flips it. That shot soaked. And Fritz Kleinhemper will bring it across center after a big block shot. Here comes the Germans in transition again. They've had a couple opportunities with numbers, but opt to pull it out. Minute 16 to go in the quarter. Tony Diallo with that aggressive check again. Keeping an eye on Lasse Volkordsen. Lars Nietz. Under a minute to go. First half action. Tie lacrosse game. Lowest scoring tie lacrosse game that has not lacked entertainment. Germany's physical defensive presence. Jamaica's speed. Well, Germany's pushed the tempo a couple times here on the run. Moving pick set on Simon Vimmer. So Jamaica will have the last possession if they can clear. In some trouble. At midfield, Daniello Parkinson powers his way through midfield. Can he beat another? He can. Can he shoot? That one sails wide. 17 seconds for one more shot. Newland begging for it. Coming around. Twister. And Stone Evans had a good look from X. That one's kicked to center. 9 seconds to go for Germany. They'll float it down deep. It's picked off by the stick of Channing Tatum. And he'll run it into the corner, and we will run out of time in half number 1. Jamaica came out with the first 2 back-to-back goals from Isaac Newland. Germany answers back. Per Olters and Bastian, and we are back to square one through 30. Thank you for watching the World Lacrosse Men's Championship from San Diego right here on ESPNU. We'll be back with first half highlights. We'll break down half number 2 from Rady Field at SDFU. Thanks for hanging out. Second half action is underway from Rady Field at SDSU. Sun almost gone here. Stadium lights are on. Actually a little dark down on that field. We've still got 30 minutes of clock time left to go. We'll see if the players can keep an eye on things on the field level. And a pass dropped by Germany. Well, Jamaica will get the first real offensive possession. Not that that wasn't real, but it was quick, and there's a drop pass and went out of play. Now it's Jamaica's turn to cook. Joel Brown trying to help Tony Diallo, who calmly plays it back to McPeak. Very strong spot for Team Jamaica are these 3 players right there. McPeak, Diallo, and Channing Thomas. Steady presence on the Jamaican back end. Tony Diallo floats it across midfield. And Gorn Murray, the long pole, caught for a run, scoops it over to Isaac Newland. Joel Brown saying, my turn, waving his stick to help. And Jamaica will set up. Those cleats on Brown starting to glow in the dark here. Minicello to Tanner Sims. We've had 1 overtime game today and 2 games that were decided within seconds. No shortage of entertainment here from the World Lacrosse Men's Championship. Tanner Sims. Deeper into the offensive zone for number 8, Kahari Sears. He's out of UMass Lowell. Flag on the play. And it's Matthias Lena who will take a seat for the Germans. Jamaican man up. We'll go to work. Mark Darden. Back to Kahari Sears. Stone Evans. Newland. Back to Stone Evans. Michael Lawrence will help out as well. Darden to the aforementioned Lawrence. Newland, Lawrence again. This Jamaican short man has already turned one aside earlier and looking sharp here, just about to kill off another. And they do. Lawrence will step into one from the outside. It floats wide. Successful penalty kill by Team Germany. Back to the 6-on-6 with Kari Sears. Trying to trip his man up on the back of the net was Ben Isa. Minicello to Josh McLaughlin. He'll use some speed, but he's pressured by Peter Vittman. McLaughlin still has it, though. 4 minutes gone in the quarter. Turns the corner, shoots wide. And Mark Darden's there. As we get another look at the individual effort here from Josh McLaughlin. Runs it around, gets a little bit of separation, just misses. That short side pipe is the Jamaican score just off the replay. And they are celebrating. Isaac Newland, I think, scored another one. As we get another look. Stutter step, gets around his man, reaches around the slide, and has his hat trick for Jamaica. Isaac Newland 3, Germany 2. A lot of his goals, I'm not going to call those individual effort. Yes, he's doing most of the legwork, but there's some good pick action in there that's helping him create that space and get free. Got to credit the whole offense as a whole. But Germany will have to find a Lena or a Boots. I think it's lock-off time for Isaac Newland. Flag on the play. And I believe it's going against Jamaica. It will. So Germany, who had a man-up goal in the second quarter, will get a man-up opportunity here in the third. 9:04 to go. Volkortsen. Olters with that head fake again. Pass in tight, handcuffed for Werner. And McPeak will go for a sprint. Pressured by Adam Eakins. He'll throw it to midfield. And the penalty expires on Jamaica. We're back to 6-on-6. As Matt Merritt puts on the brakes. For help. He gets it in the form of A.J. Knox out of Hampton U. Back to Michael Lawrence. So Michael Lawrence and Matt Merritt, both with the one green cleat, one yellow. I think they wear the same size foot. Safe to say. As Kari Sears tries to get topside on Matthias Lena. Good slide by Samuel Henry. Excuse me. Marius Boots. Nice swim by A.J. Knox. With Stone Evans, Isaac Newland, and Josh McLaughlin with the quick feet. Up high to Michael Lawrence. Switching hands, switching again. But Winton Bastian not giving him any space. Hot shot by Newland, sails wide. So Bastian with the goal and getting it done on the defensive side of his midfield position. Josh McLaughlin with big jump. Shakes off his defender. I think Germany wants a free hand there as Ben Isa, the long pole, got shoved aside by McLaughlin. Now Stone Evans again to Isaac Newland. Newland trying to get underneath of Kleinhempel. A.J. Knox, pass drop by McLaughlin. Big head of steam was Anton Nutzman. Pass down to the crease, open, Twister scores. Nice hands in tight from A.J. Knox. And Jamaica has their second two-goal lead of the game. Flags on the play. We'll sort it out when we get back. Jamaica 4, Germany 2. You are watching the World Lacrosse Men's Championship from San Diego, California. These 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship presented by Rady Children's Hospital. Thanks for tuning in wherever you are on this planet of ours. This is the World Lacrosse Championship. Germany trailing Jamaica by a pair. Probably getting up early for work now in Germany. My name is Brad Challoner. Appreciate you spending your time with me. On Twitter at Brad Chal, CHALL. If you want to let me know where you are watching from. You got any nuggets on any of these players that I don't know about? You know, we do our homework here at ESPN Plus, but friends and family always going to have that little special tidbit we can drop in to color up a broadcast. So please do hit me up as the Germans have the ball. Lucas Kins, 5:44 to go, third quarter. Stop time under 30 seconds here in quarter number 3. Ball's across midfield. And spinning away from trouble is Kari Sears into the middle. Newland spinning, passing down to the crease. And it just took a little bit too much time. Glorious opportunity there for Jamaica. They're not able to capitalize. Flag on the play. Not able to capitalize on transition, but they're going to get a man-up opportunity here. It's a German defender, I believe, will take a seat. No flag, excuse me. Stutter step into the offensive zone, kicked behind the net to Newland. Being watched closely by Fritz Kleinhempel this time. Bit of an adjustment there as it was Marius Boots watching Newland for a good portion. Newland slips behind the net as Evan Redwood gets it to Newland. Back to Kari Sears. Stone Evans just plants his body right inside. Got a stocky frame, low center of gravity, able to ward off and bounce off bodies and find himself into open areas. And look at that speed, too, as he catches up with Patrick Schilling trying to clear. Schilling across midfield, under 4 to go, third quarter. As Jakob Bokerman slows things down for the Germans. Bokerman pressured, and that one is stripped out of his hands by Clifford Kirker, who knocks wand on wand. Ball goes out of play. And Jamaica will start the ball, but not before the referees say, no, you got to come back a few feet. Cliff Kirker. Also played Div 1 football. In deep for Kari Sears. UMass Lowell Division 1 lacrosse. Wants Minicello to go low. Now he's matched up with the pole, Matthias Lena. Goes across field to Tanner Sims. Flagler College, Tanner Sims. He's got his man out high. Winton Bastion. Gives him a bump, knocks him off his path. And now trying to come around top side with the shot and the goal. Scores. Daniello Parkinson. When Jamaica is running the ball out of X, they are converting more often than not. That is where their speed really comes to shine. It's not just Isaac Newland. excuse me, was Isaac Newland again. I couldn't believe it, but maybe I should believe it. He's got 4. And a lot of them in very similar fashion. The Germans need an answer for that question mark dodge from Isaac Newland, who's been eating them up. Minute 18 to go. Now watching Newland is number 8, Adam Eakins. Mary's boot slides over to take Stone Evans. And Jamaica, I think, probably will hold here for the last shot with under a minute to go in the third quarter. No shot clock here at the World Lacrosse Men's Championship. Shot goes wide. They'll have another opportunity at it with 40 seconds to go. And then Germany's going to have to really dig deep in quarter number 4 to find 3. No look pass through the middle. Minicello fake shoots, and Zinonovev rather with a monster save to keep it a 3-goal game. There's a big bump as Kins tries to get out of trouble, plays it ahead. Throws it away. Does it stay in? Bolkerman takes a bump. 10 seconds on the clock, but a flag on the play.
Flag on the play. Jamaica, number 9, Joel Brown. Cross check, 1 minute.
Joel Brown will take a seat for Jamaica, and it's Germany with a quick 10.8-second thrust up the field to try to draw within 2. Adam Eakins will slow it, and they will wait, and they will take full advantage when we come back for quarter number 4. Through 45, Jamaica has 5. Germany has 2. You're watching the World Lacrosse Men's Championship from San Diego right here on ESPN+. Welcome back to Rady Field at SDSU. I asked for nuggets. You provided nuggets. Thank you, Jack, who tells me Jamaica's Tanner Sims strings the best pockets in the game. Find him on IG at Pocket Lokes, and I checked it out, and man, there were some clean pockets that Tanner Sims is stringing up. Germany on the man up, puts it right in the basket of McPeak. And thanks for being interactive on Twitter at Brad Chal, CHALL. Appreciate you spending time with me in San Diego. And if you can get here in the next few days, get here. You will not be disappointed. As Matt Merritt puts on the burners and goes for a sprint upfield. 4th and final frame in this opening game from Pool D. Jamaica and Germany. Jamaica comes into this tournament ranked 13th in the world. Germany was 9th at the 2018 tournament. They've never been below 9th. They don't want to start that this championship. Jamaica, the only second time here. An impressive 13th overall finish in 2018 with a handful of players from that squad back on this roster. Michael Lawrence runs behind the net. And Germany's going to need some lengthy possessions here in the fourth quarter to start chipping away. Not the problem that is Isaac Newland with 4 of Jamaica's 5. Christian Schultz over to watch Newland right now, who's stalking his way in. They switch off. Lena now, on Newland. Dishes off far side. Lawrence winds up. Thinks better of that. At the Germans, Patrick Schilling applies some pressure. Stall warning called here. Jamaicans have to keep it in the 18 yards. But they cough it up, and now Germany will bring the ball upfield. There's that transition run from Germany. Good recovery by Jamaica. And Germany had numbers, still have numbers as a late man changes. Eakins open, and Eakins has the ball now. A couple more players change off for Germany. Late men, one of the goal scorers, Winton Bastion. Bastion trying to get away from Channing Thomas. Some German singing starts up underneath my broadcast booth here. You're watching this camera view down at field level. I'm 4 stories up, looking down on this gorgeous SDSU field that is representing the World Lacrosse Men's Championship well this week. Off for a run is Daniello Parkinson. Gets across midfield, and the Jamaican offense will go to work. Isaac Newland being watched by Schultz. Newland and Evans switch off. And Schultz letting everybody know he's going to mark up on 82. AJ Knox runs away from trouble. And Ben Isa, swinging the lumber, will take a seat. And Jamaica will go to the man up. Up by 3 with 10:27 to go. 4th and final quarter. On our last few minutes of day 2 of this championship. A couple games going on as we speak. New Zealand and Switzerland playing on an adjacent field in this same pool. And Australia and England playing as well in Pool A action. Kari Sears to Newland, quickly back to Sears. Across the field to Brown, Evans. Kari Sears winds up, steps into it, it's soaked by a German defender. Quickly back over to Brown. Joel Brown into Stone Evans. Winding up, shoots, bounces wide. German goaltender Misha Zinoviev. To midfield for Simon Wimmer. Wimmer runs it to safety. Being pressured by the long pole of Antoine Campbell. Wimmer gets away from him. Kicks it to Felix Kins. Tongue twister. Lucas Kins and Felix Kins on this roster. Germany timeout. Head coach Adam Marshall trying to get his team within 2. They were tied at 2. Allowed the first 2 goals of the game. And they'll try to draw up a late stage goal here. 8:28 to go, 4th quarter. Jamaica 5, Germany 2. You're watching the World Lacrosse Men's Championship from San Diego on ESPN+. Shout out to Glen Rock, New Jersey. The brother of Owen Stevenson, tuning into this game as the Germans go to work on offense, trailing by 3, 8:24 to go. Looking to get this close in the late stages of a no-shot clock rule book here, where the Jamaicans can just be a couple lengthy offensive possessions away from slowing this game right down and suffocating the Germans. Aggressive stick check, passed down low, but it's recovered by Felix Kins. Germany trying to regroup, get back into their offensive set. Kins goes down, looking for a flag, no call. Bastion inside. Shot goes wide. Flags are thrown. We're going to get a slash on Jamaica, and Germany will head to the man up. I think they're confused as to where the penalty was, but I think it's Tony Diallo taking a seat. Germany right back to the man up, 7:25 to go. That's a big loss from the Jamaican back end, one of their steady defenders in Tony Diallo. Germany around the outside. Shot is blocked. Rebound. Up for grabs. It's picked up by Matt Merritt, who will run away from trouble. Merritt will clear to midfield. Being pressured now by Kins. Doubled, tripled. Can he get out of trouble? Drops a hand. No flags on the play. Or was there? 3 Germans mugging Matt Merritt. The University of D.C. He does draw a flag and draws the ire of the German fan base with the "come on, what do you got?" So Felix Kins will take a seat. Diallo still in the box. Both teams down a man, 5-on-5 action on a monster field. Newland around the perimeter. Kari Sears. Jamaicans up by 3 late stages. Sears with speed runs behind the net. You just see flashes of this Jamaican speed, and you have to think if there was a shot clock turned on, how fast this team would be moving at all times. Scary thought. Germany almost dropped a pass and lost possession, but they're able to recover. Now they get across midfield. Patrick Schilling gets it to Per Olters, who has one of the 2 German goals tonight. Can 13 in the world beat 9? They're 5:08 away from that right now. The Jamaicans on top by 3. Lars Nietz behind the net through X. Last for Koldzin. Olters back to Verkoords and slaps at it. It's out of play. Jamaican ball. See how much time they can milk off the clock here. I asked for nuggets if you had any. How about this one from Philip? Fritz Kleinhempel. Follow this. Fritz Kleinhempel played in college, University of New England, with Stone Evans's now high school coach. Small lacrosse world indeed. Fritz Kleinhempel played college lacrosse with Stone Evans's high school coach. Stone Evans is going to be something special in this sport. He's off to Air Force at some point. Timeout Jamaica with 4:13 to go. They're going to strategize how they can play a lengthy game of keep away here. German defense, who we've seen flashes of aggression, will try to force Jamaica to cough it up so they can get themselves some offensive possessions back. Mark Wilson and the coaching staff for Jamaica will figure out their exit strategy. Jamaica plays Switzerland tomorrow, 4 o'clock Pacific time. Germany's back at it at 1 o'clock tomorrow against Poland. All that action right here on ESPNU, ESPN Plus. As we're just getting started here from San Diego. Also, shout out to the Fairfield, Connecticut Channing Thomas Watch Party. What's up, guys? Ivan and Tyler played with him since middle school. Thanks, guys, for tuning in wherever you are. Jamaica will try to run out the clock. 4:13 to go. 3-goal cushion on top of Team Germany. 4 of those goals coming off the stick of Isaac Newland, the attacker from High Point. Flags on the play right away. And it's Germany. So just what Jamaica can take right now. Man up opportunity to work the perimeter. Run to safety if they need it. And just maybe, a little bit more of an insurance policy with an extra goal against Germany. Joel Brown. Back to Brown. Kari Sears back to Brown. They're just going to play a little back and forth up top. Now they go low to Evans. Penalty just about to expire. So Germany will send their other midfielder back onto the field. And Jamaica in no hurry here. And they count down the last couple seconds of this German penalty. Now see if Germany wants to start pressuring a little bit, try to get Jamaica to cough this ball up. 2:32 to go. Newland gets open, gets inside. What was that? One-handed sub shot in the air. If we can take a look at that again. Newland has done some special stuff tonight. We'll get that clip for you and take a look. But he is feeling it. And he'll be taking that momentum against Switzerland tomorrow. We'll see if the Swiss, probably watching this one, studying, figure out how they're going to lock off 8-2 tomorrow afternoon and try to stymie this Jamaican offense. But it's plays like that that come up big too. It's not just Newland on O. It's Diallo. It's Thomas. It's Gorn Murray. It's a unit. And a goaltender who hasn't really been tested tonight in one Nathan McPeak. Minute 23 for Jamaica to kill. As they tuck underneath. Newland on Lena. Third World Championship for Matthias Lena. And Germany will get another push up field. Running away from trouble is David Beckman. Winton Bastion. Flips it, fakes it, tucks it, shoots it, and now McPeak, when it matters, makes a good stop on Adam Eakins inside. Germany with some frantic play here, late stages. 45 seconds to go. Volkordsen, pick set, man pops up, spins in the middle, shovel shot. McPeak after it, loose ball still up for grabs. Germany sending the cutters inside. As Eakins tries to roll to safety, fakes a pass, lets it go, shot goes wide. 25 seconds to go, and it rains a flag on the field.
Flag on the play. Number 4, interference. 30 seconds.
30-second interference call on Jamaican defender Channing Thomas.
Timeout, Jamaica.
Timeout, Jamaica. 26 seconds to go. You know, and you may look at that and think it might be a salt in the wounds timeout, up by 3 with 26 seconds to go, but this is the sport of lacrosse, and that's that's a goal by Germany and maybe a couple face-off wins away from running it right up the gut. Anything can happen. That's why we love this sport. And Jamaica just trying to figure out their strategy and how they can exit this game unscathed, uninjured, and set their sights on the Swiss. But it's been a fun night. This was a tie game at half, 2-2. And a lot of offensive time by Jamaica in the second half. And some steady D have stymied this German squad in the final 30. Ball will start with Perolters in the far corner. Round to the top, winding up. Kins, he'll shoot, he'll score! There's one. From the same spot where the Scottish hero won the game earlier tonight. Felix Kins makes it a 2-goal game with 16.3 seconds to go. Started in the far corner. He drew Diallo, and then the late slide on Kins on the defensive rotation. And it's 5-3. Monster face-off here. Jamaica wins it. They can run out the clock. Germany wins it. They'll be looking to go straight up the middle and show flashes of some of that quick transition we saw tonight. They didn't result to much, but there was options there. Could turn into something. Good clamp by Stevenson. Picked up by Lucas Kins. He's chased hard. And Germany's going to use their final timeout.
Timeout, Germany.
8.2 right now. Let's see if they put any more time on the clock. But Stevenson did a good job just staying down on that clamp, mucking it up just enough to kill some more precious time. And even if Germany manages to squeak one out now, you're down to 8.2. Like I said, anything can happen, but Stevenson did the right thing there by just dirtying that ball. He won 68% of his faceoffs at the U21s. It's Adam Marshall. And the German squad talk it through. Jamaica's had enough. They're on the field. Ready to get into this defensive set. So the ball starts just across midfield with Winton Bastian. Pick set by Per Olters. Bastian tries to take it through the middle, winds up, strip check from behind, and that is your ball game. Antoine Campbell from Stony Brook University on the nice trail check to take that shot away, and the Jamaicans are celebrating. Picking up where they left off in 2018. Number 13 defeats number 9. But I'm not so sure they're underdogs anymore. Jamaica, 2-2 at half. 5-3 the final. Isaac Newland, your hero tonight with 4 goals. Thank you so much for spending time with me. My name is Brad Challoner. You've been watching the World Lacrosse Men's Championship right here from SDSU in sunny San Diego. Lots more action to come all week long. Keep it locked at World Lacrosse and follow with the hashtag WLMC. For the crew down in the truck, thank you for spending your evening with us. It's the greatest game in the world. It's the creators' game, and Jamaica flex a muscle on Germany tonight. 5-3 from San Diego. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow on ESPN+.